Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to the UCLA Anderson Venture Accelerator Fall Showcase. It's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be here in person. The last time we were able to do this in person is 2019. We want to thank Google for hosting us once again in this wonderful space. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Tony Bernardo. I'm the Dean of UCLA Anderson. I've been the Dean for 3+ years. 3+. I'm the COVID Dean. But it's really an honor to be in my role, and this is one of my really favorite events. And it's wonderful to be able to do this in person, to feel the energy. It's very different than clearly doing this remotely. So it's really wonderful that we have this space and that all of you are here to support us. And I'm really looking forward, like many of you are, to hear the presentations that will be done later today. This marks the 50th year that UCLA Anderson has had an entrepreneurship program. And it's conducted through the Price Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. We were one of the very first schools to have an entrepreneurship program, and now it's mimicked by many schools across the country, but we have an extraordinary reputation in entrepreneurship and innovation. It includes classes, specializations, and one of the things that we're most proud of is experiential learning opportunities, something that we really want to develop at Anderson and really across UCLA. One of our goals is to do more cross-disciplinary work, including schools of engineering, medicine, and so on. We have so many large societal problems that we want our students to be part of the solution of, whether it's health access, climate, and so on. There's so many important issues that our students can be innovating and working across campus. And one of our goals is to be part of an important part of the emerging Southern California innovation ecosystem, and events like this and the great work of our students is really a big step forward in that regard. So we're really very, very happy to be here. I want to talk briefly about some of the successes of the Venture Accelerator. You'll hear more about that, but since we launched the Venture Accelerator program back in 2018, we now have more than 175 companies that were launched through the accelerator that continue to operate, and many are growing, and they've raised collectively over $175 million in venture financing. So yes, it's wonderful. Trish and her team do an extraordinary job, but it's something we're very, very proud of, because one of the important things we believe strongly in at Anderson and at UCLA is to serve the public. It's not just, as I mentioned earlier, we hope to solve important societal problems and needs, but these companies are doing extraordinary things for our community. They're creating jobs. They're really catalyzing a lot of activity in Southern California through the state and nationally. And we really believe not just that the programs we offer here offer great learning opportunities for our students, but it really allows us to give back to the communities we serve. So thank you, Trish and your team. Thank you, all of you, for being here to support us, and thank you to all the teams who will be presenting today. Thank you, and I'll pass it now to Olav Sorensen, who's the faculty director of our Price Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Olav. Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I'd also like to extend a welcome to the presenting companies, to the many UCLA community members, to our friends, and to some of the fellow entrepreneurs that are here tonight. So I'd like to start by saying that in many ways this event is actually really special for me. So when I was first considering returning to UCLA back in 2019, my first trip out here was in October, and a couple of people suggested, oh, well, maybe you'd like to come by and see the Accelerator event. And I thought, sure, why not? So on my very first day, on my first trip back, I was invited to this event at the Google facility in Venice at the time. And I remember just being blown away by how amazing the presentations were, and came away thinking, wow, I really want to be part of that. So now I'm back and I am part of it, I'm happy to say. And I'd just like to kind of pick up on a couple of things that Tony said. As Dean Bernardo said, we've been doing entrepreneurship programs at UCLA for 50 years now, which means that we really were one of the early business schools in this space. Today we have more than 30 electives that are offered to the MBA students, taught by upwards of 50 instructors. And we've always, I think, had a strong belief that entrepreneurship education should be a mix of courses which are bringing some of the latest research and frameworks to students, but also experiential learning. And in many ways, what you're going to see tonight is the culmination of the experiential learning for many of the students. The Accelerator, of course, also is contributing to the community. So Dean Bernardo got to name a couple of the stats, the 175 companies that we've got, the many dollars raised. At this point, I think the total funding is at $2.8 billion. Really quite a bit of success. And on top of all of that, I mean, really thinking about how some of the many ways that we give back to the community, those companies have also created more than 4,000 jobs, which is, of course, an important contribution to the local economy. The presentations that you're going to see tonight is, of course, a reflection of the great work of the many entrepreneurs that you're going to see, but we should also commend the Accelerator staff who has been working with those entrepreneurs for the last several months. I'd also like to thank our hosts. This is a kind of amazing facility here. I'd like to thank in particular Kyle Grimsrud, who is one of our own Anderson fully employed MBA students, who is really in many ways responsible for us being in this fabulous facility, being not just back in person, but back at Google. So with that, Kyle, maybe you'd like to come up and say a couple of words.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. There we go, it works. So thank you everybody so much for coming out here today and coming to see our Playa Vista office. So my name is Kyle Grimsrud. As you mentioned, I'm actually part of the UCLA Anderson program right now as well. So I'm part of the fully employed 25 class. It's been a wonderful experience thus far. I've also been with Google for about 5 years, which is quite a bit in Google time. Like I think we talk about it in like a positive way. Like 1 year at Google is roughly like 7 years. It's kind of like dog years. So I think by that I'm about ready for retirement maybe. Within Google though, here in Los Angeles, I have 2 different functions that I focus on. My core day-to-day job is I'm an account executive with our Google Cloud team. The other role that I focus on in what we call a 20% capacity is with our Google for Startups team, where we partner with a wide variety of different accelerators, venture capital funds, and different investors to help out their portfolio companies in a wide range of different startups. So within that, we have a few formal programs I'd just like to highlight for a moment so that everybody here is just aware at least of what kind of resources we have at Google for early stage companies. 1 across the globe, but also 2 here in Los Angeles. Because one thing we've really been trying to do, especially over the last couple of years, is build out this partnership ecosystem with a wide variety of different startups and everybody else as well. And with that being said, I'd love to help show you just this, just so you can get a good idea of what the ecosystem looks like here. As I'm sure everybody here knows Google, there's a wide variety of aspects to the company itself. So there's search, YouTube, Play, a wide variety of other components. But when it comes to the startup ecosystem, there's actually quite a few branches as well. So to help highlight this, you can see Google Ventures, which is more growth stage, like Series B, Series C, Capital G, Gradient Ventures, quite a few others, right? And there's incubation teams. We actually have formal accelerators as well. And it spans all over the globe. So you can actually see here in Los Angeles as well. Well, it's actually covered by that flag, but when it's not there, you can see it. There's like presence all over the US and world, and this is something that we're really focusing on these early stage companies and helping them develop. One thing you'll find too, I don't know how well you can see this, but we really try to help across a wide variety of types of startups and types of industries, but also making sure that we have appropriate representation as well. So that can mean like a wide variety of things, like as far as like you can see like crypto, accelerators, Black Founders Fund, Latin America's Digital Future. There's a wide variety of things where we really focus on being inclusive. And one thing to highlight here, which is really great for startups, so whether you're on stage here today and you're pitching for funding, which, you know, best of luck to everybody. I'm really excited to see what you have prepared. We have 2 different tiers of options available for startups. So every company that has some level of outside funding that has up to Series A actually gets 100K in credits up front with almost no real restrictions other than that you've not gotten the funding before and that you have some outside investors and are not past Series A. The other option, if you're bootstrapped, like you're really just trying to figure out your business market fit or your fit right now, you maybe don't have that funding, there's also credit options available there, and that's about $2,000. There's also a wide variety of resources available. So when you're thinking about how you can grow your company from an ads perspective, really being able to like hone in on having that customer acquisition cost be as effective as possible, there's a wide variety of different resources we have. And from a cloud perspective, so we have a wide variety of different Googlers from all sorts of different functions. Like I think there's legal, Google Cloud, Google Ads, and like a wide variety of other people here. If you see like any badge like this, feel free just to like stop them and ask for advice, or just like if you're wondering about anything at Google, they're happy to help. We have a wide variety of resources. So with that being said, you can see like that summary there on the credits. And like this is going to be the next pitch here. I just really appreciate everybody coming out here today. We're excited to be hosting you and partnering together with UCLA. They're an amazing school, an amazing program, and I'm really excited to see all these amazing companies up here. So with that being said, I'll pass it off here to Trish, who will be helping MC for the event, and again, we're looking forward to meeting with all of you. Thank you.
So I want to say thank you to Kyle, who definitely has helped us while doing his full-time job get into this amazing space. So thank you for your partnership, Kyle, and your teams. And also for Professor Sorensen and Dean Bernardo for kicking us off tonight. It is nice to be back in person. Can't see. But I love Showcase. Everyone knows this is my favorite night. It's the culmination of a ton of work of founders who are launched and getting their businesses going. And a lot of it is really with the support of all of you here tonight. So it means a ton. You guys who are in the startup ecosystem, you know, it truly takes all of you to help these guys get going and get to Series A, et cetera. One thing that I'm very proud of, and we definitely look for in the accelerator, is also to support underrepresented founders. Diversity is definitely a core tenet of UCLA Anderson. Tonight is no different. You'll see over 50% of the founders are from underrepresented backgrounds, and we are very proud to be part of the effort to lift the whole. You have a brochure. It is in order of presentation. Also, if you want to get in touch with the founders or any of the accelerator staff, all of our information is in there for afterward. And with that, let's get going. Why we're all here tonight are the founder pitches, and I want to kick off tonight with Dr. David Cho. Let's do it.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight to tonight's showcase. I have the luxury to kick us all off. As Trish mentioned, my name is Dr. David Cho. I'm a cardiologist at UCLA Health. I'm also co-founder and chief medical officer of Kokoro Health, a digital health platform increasing women's access to cardiac rehabilitation. Heart disease is the #1 killer of men and women in the United States and has been for quite some time. It's responsible for over 2.5 million hospitalizations for each year for heart attacks, nearly half of which are women. It's incredibly expensive as well, costing the healthcare system over $240 billion, $15 billion of which are tied up in potentially avoidable readmissions. Despite the stunning success we've had in the treatment of cardiovascular disease, we have forgotten about the recovery process. Cardiac rehabilitation is a 12-week in-person program meant to help patients live fuller and healthier lives. It combines supervised exercise with mental health support and diet and lifestyle optimization to improve health outcomes. It's incredibly effective, decreasing the risk of death by 10% and the risk of readmissions by 40% within the first year. Despite its stunning effectiveness, it's critically underutilized, especially in women. Only about 18% of eligible women ever participate in just a single session. Compared to men, they are 60% less likely to participate in just one session, despite facing a 20% higher risk of death after their event. We sought to find out why and conducted numerous patient interviews with heart attack survivors who were women. What we found was that in addition to systemic barriers, feelings of intense isolation and fear for their cardiac safety were large concerns that were being not addressed by the current market. And it's no surprise why. This is the current state of the industry. It's incredibly outdated, impersonal, and inconvenient. We believe that, especially with all that has transpired in the last several years, that this market is ripe for digital transformation. And that's where we believe that we come in. What we offer is a fully remote program specifically designed to optimize the cardiac rehab experience for women survivors of heart attacks. This includes customized exercise plans that are paired with our personalized safety monitoring algorithm. What this does is effectively serves as a digital nurse during live exercise, keeping them within their safe prescribed zones, telling them to speed up a little bit if they're below the target, or to slow down if they're entering an unsafe range. We also lean heavily into social connection as medicine, grouping women into small cohorts to provide a sense of community, camaraderie, and perhaps most importantly, accountability. What happens is that patients are referred to our platform either at discharge or soon after. Our company will drop ship all the equipment that they need to perform their cardiac rehab at home, and our staff will walk hand in hand with each patient along their 12-week journey. Cardiac rehab is a large market, $10 billion and growing annually. Our initial beachhead market is targeting women that are working and eligible for cardiac rehab in California, which alone is a $200 million market. Compared to our competitors, which offer a one-size-fits-all approach with little product differentiation, we believe that we are onto something to personalize that recovery experience for women heart survivors. We believe that we are also well-positioned to succeed with our close affiliation with UCLA Health, access to key opinion leaders in the cardiology network across the country with a rapidly scalable tech platform. Essentially, we are combining the worlds of connected fitness and mental health support to an underserved and equally important clinical need. Born out of the UCLA Biodesign program and over 300 hours of clinical immersion, our team has a diverse skill set, we believe, to successfully execute on our vision. Our advisory panel runs the gamut of leaders across the UCLA ecosystem, and our patient advisor, Elisa Beckett, ensures that we never lose sight of putting the patient front and center in everything that we do. We will market our product as a clinically equivalent alternative to in-person cardiac rehabilitation through a value-based payment model, targeting commercial payers, risk-bearing physician groups, risk-bearing employer groups, and integrated healthcare systems. We plan to charge a fixed rate of $1,500 per patient, collecting in $500 installments as months 1, 2, and 3 as the program progresses. This business model has demonstrated traction in a parallel space, the virtual musculoskeletal world, where these companies have raised multiple rounds of funding through demonstrated clinical traction, revenue generation, and most importantly, clinical effectiveness. We anticipate that we can save payers $3,400 per member enrolled compared to the traditional $600 that in-person cardiac rehabilitation provides. We estimate that by 2031, we can generate over $100 million of revenue per year with over 60,000 unique users on our platform. We have had tremendous success to date. Earlier this year, we placed first in the UCLA Anderson Healthcare Easton Innovation Challenge and third place in the NAP Venture competition. We also participated in the UCLA Summer Activate program and are looking to build upon our early momentum. We have the green light from UCLA Health to enroll eligible patients on the cardiac rehab waiting list to further refine our MVP. We hope to scale this to our formal pilot study to demonstrate clinical effectiveness at a larger scale before expanding regionally and nationally by 2024. But what we're seeking right now in the short term is $500,000 in a pre-seed round. This will allow us to properly build the platform that is more comprehensive and includes the full suite of package features. In addition, it will allow us to hire the necessary staff to support our service lines as well as the clinical study costs for what we believe will be our critical pilot study with UCLA Health. We hope that by the third quarter of 2023, we can achieve 3 main goals: that women love our product, that they will use our product and complete the program, and they can do so safely and effectively. To that end, with that demonstrated traction, we believe that we will be able to acquire a partnership with UCLA Health and potentially other payers to raise a seed round of $3 million. We have the unique opportunity to redefine what is the standard of care for cardiac rehab for millions of women in the United States each year. I want to thank everyone for their time, and I'm happy to chat more in our booth in the back. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name's Jenny Kim, and I'm the CEO and founder of Cooper. I'm a seasoned management consultant in the private equity industry. I'm a former C-suite executive, and I also spent a couple of years under the direct tutelage of Ray Dalio at Bridgewater, helping build tools that leverage technology to enhance day-to-day business. And I became obsessed with one theme across all that time, and that was, what is it that keeps our leaders from having the great impact that they want to on their organizations? And one of the primary reasons is decision fatigue. Let's face it, our leaders are overwhelmed by the sheer amount of decisions they have to make on a daily basis. And how do we prioritize that today? It's mostly through our human judgment, biases and all. And sometimes you have 30 things screaming at you at the same time, and your brain tells you, oh, all 30 of those are equally important. Meanwhile, a business is getting faster and more complex. So what was true yesterday is no longer true today, requiring constant reevaluation and data that is supposed to make us faster and more agile, and it will, is still currently stuck in cumbersome dashboards and charts, only exacerbating this feeling of fatigue. And thus was born Cooper. Cooper is an AI-enabled decision prioritization platform for business leaders. So it sits on top of your enterprise data and identifies the most financially impactful opportunities for your business at any given point in time, and laser focuses decision makers on those, eliminating other noise so that you could focus on such things as, am I effectively spreading my decisions across revenue, EBITDA, cash flow impact issues? I have a limited amount of resources, time, money, talent. Am I deploying those optimally for maximum impact? And is there anything about to drive off a cliff right now? Because if there is, I need to know about that. So converging forces are making Cooper all but inevitable. Business is moving faster, getting more complex. The great news is that enterprise data is now everywhere. It's been decades, a lot of big names, big money spent on this. And we're at a point now where there are enough good companies out there with good data culture. And the problem still remains how to unlock the value sitting in that mountain of information. And workforce burnout, mental health, these topics have never been more important. The time is now for leaders to step up and provide meaning and purpose to their workforces through great prioritization. Looking at Cooper's competitive landscape, if I could just get you to think about this quote: if you want people to make the right decisions with data, you have to get it into their heads in a way they understand. So let's take a look at the 2x2. It's human, machine, analytics versus outcomes. And you look at that analytics pillar, there's a lot of names, saturated, big names, constantly moving up that ladder, getting to AI automation. And in outcomes, that's mostly been a human-to-human dialogue, dominated by management consultants, for example. But there's an emerging category here called decision intelligence, and that is where Cooper belongs. Some of these other competitors that you see here, however, they're still the same data guys moving from left to right. And it's great that we're repackaging data more into decisions. That's closer to outcomes, yes. But Cooper is uniquely differentiated, and it is the one platform that actually thinks like a business leader. So we're talking about prioritization, solution engineering, not just data repackaging. So again, Cooper helps you to prioritize what's most important and eliminating other noise. And it doesn't just tell you what's going on and what's wrong, but it helps you model the decision And finally, over time, think about rewarding the right decision makers in your organization based on objective contribution and rewiring decision making in your organization so the right people are making the right decisions. Cooper is B2B SaaS. It's got a 3-tiered license structure for maximum coverage across each client. And you see our year 5 projections here. If there's one stat I'd love for you to take away is the average annual revenue per client. We're looking at getting up to about $400K per year, and compare that to the approximately $2 to $6 million a year that an average mid-sized company can spend on management consultants and IT consultants for episodic results versus continuous results that Cooper brings to the table. And you can see that sell-in potential. This is our team, myself. Vera Alakani is our CTO, Kathy Bogart's our head of client success, both very successful executives in their field, and we've got a great board of advisors. On the business side, we've got Brendan, he is the global EVP of revenue at Ticketmaster, Nausheen, former chief strategy officer at Nike. Trina is the co-president at the Institute for Sustainable Communities, helping us to track the positive impact of decision-making within Cooper. Our very own Dean Gary Frazier, UCLA Anderson, to make sure that Cooper is always connected to foremost business academic thinking. And finally, Barry Scharfman, MIT PhD, our AI technologist. As you can see here, Cooper has a full prototype launched, and we have 4 beta clients signed up, and beta testing is now in progress, with an additional pipeline of 16 more clients. So interest has been very robust. And then we are currently raising a $2 million round, of which we've raised 700 so far, so looking for that remaining 1.3 million under the safe note terms that you see here. Our big milestones, we've started beta testing now. We're looking to be revenue positive by Q1 of next year, and this $2 million will get us runway until 2025. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gina Lewis, and I am the founder of Freetown. We're a retail concept inspired by the style, design, and aesthetic of the African diaspora. We carry women's apparel and accessories, gift categories, home decor, and art. But we are more than e-commerce. Our vision is to operate at the highest level of retail, including experiential activations and pop-ups, brick and mortar in select US cities, and to lead the charge in global sourcing that will allow us to find the best in design and sustainable practice. So, where is exciting global retail fashion that's ethically sourced and diverse in its designers and makers? There are so many designers that are currently not represented in the US retail landscape, and they're not curated in a way that speaks to the stories of these makers or piques the curiosity of the customer. And this creates value for the inclusive customer. So Freetown answers this call. We're global fashion curated through a lens of culture. We have new and emerging brands with an aesthetic of the global African diaspora. It's as aspirational yet attainable, with price points ranging from $15 to $500. This dress, made in Nigeria. We're expanding the view of African fashion along with other cultures and their specialties. So, consider Freetown amongst this retail landscape between heritage brands like Nordstrom and Target, specialty retailers like Anthropologie, and tastemaker retailers like Dover Street, MoMA, and St. Frank. But what they can't do is offer culture, style, swag, and profitability. This is not a diversity inclusion project. This is about driving sales and activating new culture in spaces that haven't been seen before. So what we do. We currently operate an e-commerce website that carries over 40 different brands and makers that are all diverse. We also carry product that is imported from 10 different countries on the African continent, which we're proud of. As a retailer, we have a dual function. First to our customers, or D2C, in which we operate e-commerce and eventually brick and mortar and pop-ups. and our dual function, our second function, to our suppliers, or B2B, in which our platform serves to amplify their design stories and expands their reach while supporting our curated merchandising experience. So, our brands are hot, and they're recognizable. They're sought after. They're recognizable on social media, they're worn by some pretty prominent women, and they're on global runways all over the world during Fashion Week. It's our job to bring what she wore to how to get it, even if that comes from as far as Côte d'Ivoire or the Ivory Coast in West Africa, like this brand, Kente Gentleman. So our customer, she's looking for great fashion, unique finds, and great gifts in one place. She cares about her style. It has to be authentic, and so does her community. She cares about the story. She cares about the story behind the item, but she's also savvy. The price points have to make sense. It's definitely affordable luxury, but it's not cheap goods.
What words would I use to describe my personal style? I'd say playful, adventurous. I go for elegance, you know. Whether I achieve it or not is up to you to decide. My name is Lupita Nyong'o, and this is my fashion timeline.
Now, you may recognize this Black Panther star, actress Lupita Nyong'o. This quick clip is just a glimpse into the world in which women consider their style stories. And it's time for us to make something exciting for this woman and connect her to the place that inspires her image. As a founder, I bring over a decade of global retail experience from the buying, sourcing, and importing side. Currently, I'm getting a master's at UCLA in African American Studies, in which my research focus is, you guessed it, global Black fashion, style, and textiles. This is my life's work. I seek to build where I want to shop, and I seek to build where I want to work. My team understands this mission, and collectively they bring experience from tech innovation at the White House to growth and strategy at organizations like PwC and Poshmark. They've built their own digital marketing agencies, and they do design and social for the African Tourism Association. So to date, without any formal launch or any formal marketing, we've conducted over 125 transactions on freetown.com at an average retail of $120. And while the e-commerce industry on returns averages around 18%, if not higher, our return rate is less than 2%. So she's finding what she likes organically, she's spending $120, and she keeps what she likes. We think that's a good sign. So tonight, we begin our fundraising journey because we have markets to explore, we have sales to drive, we have talent to find, and we have communities to build. We're seeking $1.25 million, to support our runway over the next 18 months that will help develop our creative marketing strategies to reach our community. It's going to help us get more inventory and our best-selling styles and designers. It's going to support finding people that can help us drive e-commerce sales. And if we're lucky, we can begin to build a home in the form of pop-up shops that will begin to bring our vision to life and into our community in person. For many of us, fashion is freedom, and fashion is identity, and Freetown is home. Thank you so much, and look forward to speaking with you later this evening. And follow us on Instagram. Thank you.
Raise your hand if you've ever been bored at school, started staring out the window, questioning the point of education. The system is broken. It's unengaging, ineffective, and we need to do something now. Since in the last 2 years, we've seen the biggest drop in math and English scores. Meet Chloe. She has bright dreams for the future, wanting to become a founder, an engineer, and the president. But I was Chloe's tutor, and she was often struggling with abstract math concepts, since she was more of a visual learner. And one day, I found myself consoling a crying little girl, feeling like she could never achieve her dreams of becoming that founder, engineer, and president. So, presenting smart books. We create elementary school textbooks paired with augmented reality apps. This revolutionizes education and brings learning to life. And no need for a bulky VR headset. You simply move your phone over our books and exciting 3D shapes or characters appear, taking you on a learning journey. AR has been shown to improve knowledge retention by over 90%. And this is because students can now hear, see, and touch their education, meaning they can learn individually and effectively. Now I'm going to show you some fun demo videos. For the first one, students actually have to cut out cards from our book. And the second one, a character appears and asks a question. And I'm going to ask you guys for the answer to it. So get your maths brains working.
Congratulations. Great job. Keep going.
What is the smallest multiple of 3, 4, and 8? Are you... So, anyone know? No one here can do third grade math? Well, yeah, 24. Trish knew. So, we've already created our first year 3 math textbook with the help of expert teachers and published an AR app on the App Store, which I developed myself. We won multiple competitions and tested our product in 2 schools and with over 110 parents and had great feedback so far. This summer, we also participated in 2 accelerators, including the Holt Prize, and we were selected as one of 28 teams out of 15,000 that applied globally to attend the UN-backed accelerator in Boston and had a great time. We're also currently generating revenue, and between now and Christmas, we plan to sell an additional 2,000 books, leading to an additional $35,000 in revenue. We sell our physical books direct to consumer for $14.99. And this automatically includes our AR app on the App Store. This is currently free, but we plan to implement a subscription, and this is where the real long-term value is going to be. We're also initially targeting just parents, since they're easier to access and also more willing to pay. But longer term, we plan to implement additional revenue strategies like school subscriptions and education analytics. And no one else is applying AR to a physical textbook. Ordinary books, as we all know, are boring and unengaging. And other AR products, they aren't truly educational, they aren't interactive, and only focus on the digital world. We believe combining both is so crucial, since we can enhance the physical world without removing it like lots of educational apps do. And AR is going to change so many of all of our lives, and it's inevitable that it will be the future of education. And we plan to reach over 5 million students within the next 5 years and change their lives forever. So I taught myself how to build these AR apps during COVID to spread my love for education. I've also had an impressive academic background. At UCLA, I'm the only undergrad to take both PhD engineering and MBA classes, and I skipped my first year of university, meaning I'm getting my undergrad and master's in math at the same time this year. And on top of that, I'm also a student athlete. But more importantly, I'm so excited to work hard, think bigger, and really change this sector. I can't do that without the amazing team behind me, as well as our advisors, specifically in the education space, providing us with product credibility. We're looking to raise $1 million to help fund our product development and marketing, as well as connections to the US education space. And then we'll make it rain money. Well, what we're actually going to do with it is we're going to expand across age groups to begin with, beginning with 2nd and 4th grade math, so we can have this retention. But there's so many subjects. For example, Chloe could see an exploding 3D volcano appear right in front of her, which is so exciting. And our ultimate goal is to get into the school classrooms and really lead this change in education. But back to Chloe now. Since trying smart books, her love and confidence for math have grown. I mean, just look how happy she is. Now, I'm promising that Chloe's going to become president, but help us help her achieve her dreams of becoming that founder, engineer, and president. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Baseline. My name is Echo Chang. And Baseline is a digital platform that smartly rewards women to stay active and healthy. Physical inactivity has become an increasing risk factor to global health, especially since the pandemic, when we spend more time behind screens and work from home become more popular. So in the US, physical inactivity accounts for 8.7% of total healthcare expenditure. And that's more than $100 billion spent every year in the US alone. And women are at higher risk due to lack of time, budget, and social support. So seeing and feeling the growing pain of women struggling to find resources to stay active, we founded Baseline. Inspired by the successful play-to-earn model in the gaming industry, so we built Baseline app, an all-in-one digital platform with a move-to-earn model, where we smartly incentivizes women to stay active and healthy. How does that work? So users can register and sync their phone with our app, and they can start to earn tokens automatically by engaging in all kinds of activities, such as running, hiking, doing yoga, you name it. And they can also earn other activities for like health-related, such as tracking periods, body temperature, or hormone cycles, or sleeping. It's like you're exercising for half an hour every day, and you earn a cup of coffee for free. And users can also redeem the tokens for cash value, in addition to product and services. And they can also use the tokens to shop on our marketplace for curated products from different brands, including Baseline brands that's designed specifically for active needs. Why should customer care? There are close to 4 billion women in the world, and more than half of them are looking resources to be more active. There's no other company in the whole world that's designed specifically for women to incentivize them instead of charging them to be more active. So at Baseline, so our move to our model, so we design an algorithm behind the app that allow users to make 2 to 3 times higher of financial rewards to support and subsidize their cost of living active. For example, a user can earn $300 or more, depends on their activity level on our platform, every year. And that's a whole year gym membership for free. And in addition, they can save thousands of dollars on healthcare expenses and also enjoy a better mental health because exercise makes us happier. This is a $1 trillion market opportunity for an ongoing need. So our initial serviceable market is about $36 billion in the US alone, with huge potential to expand into global market of over $2 trillion. Baseline is not just another fitness or move-to-earn app. We are the first consumer app that's bridging Web3 and women to solve a real-life problem. Traditional health and fitness apps were built on an outdated framework to focus on a single utility function. And most of the Web3 projects at this point were designed for hardcore crypto users with a very intimidating barriers to understand or to use. So at Baseline, our solution ties women's everyday needs to an easy-to-understand system, which can perfectly serve as a gateway for women to explore the new benefits bring by this new technology without the intimidating learning curve. So our business model includes a subscription from the app, as well as sales from physical products. And we just signed a contract with Rite Aid, which is part of Walgreens, the second largest pharmacy chain in America, with more than 9,000 stores. And we view sales of physical products in omni-channel like this as a solid foundation to support our move to earn model. Our go-to-market include B2B and B2C, as our app is a preventive method to reduce potential risks. So our channel partners include insurance companies as well as a large corporate to offer as an employee benefit. We also partner with active lifestyle influencers, as well as women's sports community as our part of B2C efforts. We're a strong team with combined experience in consumer and technology. So I have decades of experience in growing and funding consumer companies on a public company platform. And our CTO, Richard, has been working as an applied scientist at Amazon with deep knowledge in artificial intelligence and blockchain. So in the past 3 months, we launched our website and grow our initial user base from 0 to more than 3,000 members of active women organically at 0 marketing cost. And we are projected to triple our member base in the next few months and target to reach 1 million revenue 12 months from now. So we are raising our first pre-seed round on convertible notes to support our next phase of high growth and expansion. And we have many exciting milestones we plan to hit in the next 12 to 18 months that we'd love to share with you after this presentation. So come join us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Have you ever got into a situation that your phone is dying while you're trying to get an Uber at an airport, right? Or you're having an important Zoom meeting on your phone, but all of a sudden it went off. Or you're recording a critical moment at a wedding, a concert, or a sports game. You hear this sound. If your answer is yes, here is a mobile app you should keep in mind, Charger GoGo. My name is Jun Zhu. I'm very proud to be the CEO and the founder of this #1 on-the-go phone charging station network in the US. According to research, 80% of the cell phones hit low battery while away from home at least once a week. And our fact, 9 out of 10 people feel to panic when their phone battery drops to 20% or lower. So the low battery anxiety is a real and a common problem to all of us. However, there was an ideal solution. It's either hard to find an outlet, or most of the solutions today are tethered. Even someone is willing to help you, he might not have the compatible charger that fits your device. So Charger GoGo created this solution for this real problem. Similar to those e-scooter platforms like Uber and Bird, our smart phone charging stations connect with our mobile app, which allows the users to easily locate a nearby charging station and pick up a portable charger that has 3 built-in cables and recharge on the go. When they're done, they can just simply return it to any Charger GoGo station. All our charging stations are modular designed, so we can stack more charging modules according to the demand at different locations. Today, we have a mix of different models of the station deployed in 27 states in the US. Shared power bank is a proven business model in China. By the end of 2021, the market size in China has hit $1.9 billion US. Based on that, we project the US market size will be $2 billion and the total untapped market will be $15 billion. You may ask, it works in China, but does it work here? The simple answer is yes. We started our pilot in Vegas since March 2021. So far, we have deployed 480 stations with 30,000 monthly revenue. That means on average, each station makes about $62 per month for us with 5% of the month-over-month organic growth rate. Now, it's time for us to replicate our Vegas playbook, to expand our business success nationally and even internationally in the next 12 months. Currently, we're at a post-revenue stage with a 6-figure of the monthly revenue, and we're expecting to hit over 100 million ARR by deploying 300,000 units in 3 years. Our business model is B2B2C. Charger rental as our main revenue stream, and distributor sales can help us to scale up quickly without burning crazy amount of the capital in the hardware investment and operations. Recently, we also launched our ad sales on 1,000 of our screens. Since I founded ChargerGoGo 2 years ago, we have gained amazing market tractions. We have saved 100,000 battery lives for 120,000 users at the locations of 800 business partners. There are 2 core competencies in this field: the tech ecosystem strength and the network scale. Among all the other players in this market, we are the only company that developed our own firmware, the back-end software, and the front-end applications, including this distribution host app that help our distributors to manage their business by fingertips. I'm a solo founder, and I'm proud of it. And ChargerGoGo is my second startup. Not only I have gained comprehensive knowledge and experience running a startup in the past, also my business connections in China gave me the advantage to build a solid supply chain. In addition, I'm very lucky to have the support from a group of advisors. Their background ranges from startup, finance, big data, AI, entertainment and media, food and beverage, and the hospitality industries. They will promote ChargerGoGo in front of massive corporate clients and also help us with fundraising. Our previous round of investor is our current hardware manufacturer. And now we're asking for $5 million to help us to grow to the next level. Lastly, if you're having low battery issues right now, please feel free to pick up a charger at our booth and recharge on the go. Let's power the world together. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Johnson, and I am the founder of Why Not. So let's imagine that it's your birthday, and you want to celebrate with a birthday toast. What is your drink of choice? Champagne, right? But what if you don't drink alcohol? What are your choices? Well, you have sparkling water, which is great, but who wants to make a toast with water? Then you have soft drinks, which has a ton of sugar and a ton of calories. No thanks. There's also Welch's sparkling grape juice, which is kind of like alcohol, right? Yeah, except you're an adult, not a child. What if I told you that I created the perfect non-alcoholic beverage that cultivates an inclusive social experience for everyone? Why Not is a non-alcoholic sparkling rosé and brut that caters to customers with a sophisticated taste palette and bold lifestyle. Customer needs are evolving, and they're recognizing that alcohol no longer suits their lifestyle, which means they'll need a replacement, and currently they're bored. In fact, 61% of consumers want better non-alcoholic choices. And for those people who don't drink alcohol, they often find themselves excluded from social and celebratory moments, which is why I wanted to create a beverage where everyone can feel empowered by their choices, so you can have that champagne without the pain. Now, when looking at the industry overall, the US beverage market is $72 billion. The no to low alcohol space is $10 billion, and the non-alcoholic wine market is $2 billion. And this is only the beginning. As this sector continues to define itself, it'll only get larger. In fact, this is some recent activity that has happened in the non-alcoholic industry. And one thing I want to point out is Liquid Death, which is a water startup that was just valued at $700 million. Talk about branding. Now, when we look at the competitive landscape, it's pretty crowded, which is why there'll be many areas that I would like to compete on. Number one is brand personality and presence. Whenever I tell people that I have this type of product, they're always shocked that this type of product even exists, which means that my competitors are not doing a great job of marketing and branding this segment. I also will have a robust flavor profile. Now, my biggest competitor is Naughty, who has a great imitation, but they haven't maximized their flavor profile, nor have they added creativity to it. And speaking of creativity, I also will have this applied to my package design. Not only will I have an appealing product that stands out on the shelf, but it'll be practical for my consumer's lifestyle. And last, but certainly not least, these brands don't have me. I am the secret sauce, and I'll explain why in the next couple of slides. Now, when looking at our target market, it'll be a mix of the sober and sober curious, but most specifically, those millennial and Gen Z consumers who live a fun social lifestyle. They're also health conscious and they make at least $50K a year. Now, I will distribute this product directly through his website, but also through e-commerce channels like Amazon. I also will look at retail shops like convenience stores, liquor stores, grocery stores. But something really special are these non-alcoholic retailers. In fact, these 3 just opened in LA within the past 2 months. I plan to build awareness about this product through digital and street marketing, and also leveraging influencers on Instagram and TikTok, and facilitating brand partnerships. And as you can see in this second photo, I'm also a DJ. So I plan to leverage the community of entertainers, creators, and artists to really push this product. I plan to build interest through product demos and tastings, and desire through live events and socials. In fact, at least 20 people have already reached out to me to have Why Not supplied at their event. Now, when looking at our financial projections, it's no surprise that within our first year, I don't expect to see a return. But by year 2, I'm expected to see a profit, mostly due to my expanded distribution strategy and lean staffing model. So as you can see, I am currently the only person on the management team, but don't you worry, I have a wide range of experience across multiple industries and functions. I'm also passionate about this industry. I watched both my father and stepfather struggle with alcoholism to this day. I myself don't drink alcohol. I haven't for the past 5 years, so I truly understand that consumer. Overall, I'm one of those unicorn founders that knows how to build, market, sell, and execute. So since graduating from Anderson this past June, I've been working on this business full time. And in my first 3 months, my ideation phase, I did a lot of the foundational work like submitting a trademark application. I also received funding to work on this business full time, which is what I'm doing. I'm currently in my product formulation phase, in which I'm working with the food scientists to create the base formulation, and we'll be working together up until my soft launch of Q2 2023. Despite all this, I still need hope. So I'm looking for $500,000, which will help me reach a 12-month investment and reach $500K in revenue. I'm also looking for a marketing advisor to really help me push this product, and someone with expertise in beverage development and also production and supply chain management. Thank you.
Oh, you're not leaving the champagne? So our next founder could not be here tonight, although he did participate in the showcase program. So he recorded his pitch by video. We're going to show the video and then follow with Kendall and her pitch after.
Hello everyone, my name is Pavel. I am a founder of VS Optima, which is Digital Twin Operations Platform. Unfortunately, I cannot be in person tonight. I hope this video will compensate my absence and spark interest in the problems we are tackling as well as solutions we developed. Interestingly enough, I started my career in US as a contractor working for Google at CorpEng and GTech. I much appreciate that experience since it significantly influenced my journey. I have a master's degree in computer science and MBA from UCLA Anderson. I spent 20 years in technology management field, and for the last 10 years, I led the technology management consulting practice working on operations challenges of Fortune 500 companies. In my consulting experience, I noticed that managers and even consultants often struggle to improve operations. But why? In the good old days, working on the factory floor, you were able to see inefficiencies. Those were piles of raw materials in front of machinery. That was the signal. It is not the case anymore. We have globally distributed teams, dozens of systems facilitating the process, huge amount of fragmented data, not to mention the time period for decision making is substantially shorter. If we look at the categories of tools that managers and consultants use to tackle operation challenges, we can discern three categories of tools: Excel and whiteboard, since they are easy to use tools; data and analytics that provides you historical insights; modeling tools provide you answers to the future stated questions. Applying all these tools in real cases, I can say none of them gives you satisfactory results. Data analytics requires months to overcome all security impediments to get to the data layer. Modeling tools are very complicated and have steep learning curve. So people stuck at the status quo, which is Excel and whiteboard, that is time-consuming and error-prone. People are looking for a simple solution, a tool that can help to capture the process, to predict the outcome of the improvement decision, and to observe the process performance in action. If we look at the market landscape, we can see it is fragmented. There are simple visualization tools that don't support modeling, and modeling tools that don't provide observability of the process. VS Optima is all-in-one platform that provides you a simple interface to capture operations in minutes, not days. You can simulate your improvement scenario and validate hypotheses in minutes, not days. Lastly, you can track the actual performance of your operations if you connect the model to the underlying systems. We implemented straightforward visual language so that people can understand the model and can trust the model. Our language has steps and lines that can describe a process of any complexity. Example we provided was a coffee shop. As you can see, it's very simple. We use synthetic data generation and agent-based simulation modeling to reveal dynamics behavior of the process, to spot bottlenecks and analyze inefficiencies. We have the ability to connect the model to the underlying systems and convert the model to a digital twin that enables you to spot performance deviation in real time and streamline the improvement of decision making. To give you a sense of the impact on the speed of decision making, let's compare classical consulting engagement and VS Optima digital twin. In classical consulting engagement, in average, it takes about 90 days to decide what to change and what to change to. VS Optima reduced it to at most 5 days. Not to mention the transactional cost is significantly different as well. The market opportunity is huge. The market of operations consulting services in US only is estimated above $100 billion. We have two sides on our platform, consultants and enterprises. Therefore, we have two subscription models, $500 per month for a consultant and $5,000 for a digital twin per month for an enterprise. Given our assumption of the price model, we can easily get to the $1 billion opportunity. We already have more than 100 people on our platform. Those are not trained analysts. These are agile coaches, DevOps coaches, value stream architects. We have a healthy pipeline of prospective enterprise clients, such as consultant, insurance, and healthcare providers. They are looking for a solution to optimize a patient journey, claim processing, and other processes. VS Optima enables a new type of operating model for scalable decision factory that empowers people to make better decisions and make them fast. We are looking for $2 million of seed round to accelerate product development and expedite our go-to-market strategy. We expect to generate about $1.5 million of annual recurrent revenue in 18 months. Thank you for your time. I hope to follow up with you. Feel free to shoot me an email. See you.
Sometimes the universe gives you clear signs it's time to take a new path. Hi, my name is Kendall Tishner. I'm an archer, birder, and wild plant forager. Over quarantine, I thought to myself, maybe it's time I put myself in front of the camera and show some of my obscure hobbies to the world on this brand new app called TikTok. To my surprise, these videos blew up. Watch it again. Overnight, well, seemingly overnight, I became a top TikTok archery influencer, amassing a following of over 500,000 people interested in outdoor activities. I sold out my first archery retreat, was featured in some top travel and outdoors magazines, and had an influx of hundreds of thousands of comments. The thing is, these comments all repeated the same questions. They all wanted to know, how can I get started with archery? What beginner set do you recommend? And what brands do you recommend in the archery sphere? The thing is, the majority of US archery brands all cater to white male hunters in rural America. And my audience was 70% female, all interested in things like fantasy, cosplay, and video games. Thus, Wild Captives was born. It's an urban outdoor gear and adventure company for teaching lost practical skills to adults living in cities. Think Boy Scouts without the Boy Scouts for everyone. This is a photo from our first retreat. Due to massive demand, our first product is a beginner's archery kit that comes with everything you need to get started learning archery in your own backyard. We designed it to stand out in a market that has bows that are meant to camouflage, whereas ours is all white, and it's pretty slick looking. I like it. COVID has drastically changed the landscape of the outdoor industry. No longer are people just looking for peak adventures on faraway mountaintops, but people are looking for and have time for everyday, low-impact activities a little bit closer to home. And that's where we come in. Beyond archery, we're looking forward to expanding to other skills that people can learn close to home, in the city, and on their own time. Things like first aid, bird watching, and we're going to grow in conversation with our audience. Some things I'm really excited about are our upcoming birding kit, Beyond Archery, our utility knife, and city-specific bird guides. We've also been contacted by a couple of television networks, and we're going to be expanding our retreats and in-person events to connect directly with our community. Many of you probably don't know, but the archery industry is already a $5 billion industry, and we look forward to becoming a part of it and expanding from there. Some other companies that have reinvigorated, I guess, lost sports that we look to are Topgolf, or in the gear section, Yeti Coolers, which currently or recently had a valuation of $3 billion. It's a super exciting year. Actually, right before this, I just pushed play on our pre-sale. So we just launched today. Thank you. Yeah, so our first 1,000 bows are in production. You guys can check out the prototype over there. And I'm going to be featured making the bow in a global TikTok campaign. That's pretty exciting. And then we are also having a demo space in New York for November and December, where people can come and test the bow and film content. Cool. We have an amazing team with diverse expertise from products to direct-to-consumer marketing, finance, as well as we're working with, thanks to UCLA, Greg Easton from Easton Archery and Hoyt. And we're also working with Lancaster Archery, who's one of the largest distributor of archery equipment, to make sure that our product is high quality and lasts a lifetime. We're raising $1 million pre-seed, the majority of which will go towards creating and iterating on products with our audience. This is just a little video of the product. Just going to show it.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Look forward to hitting a bullseye with you all.
All right. Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Bash, the CEO and co-founder of Sparkit. We created the Social Betwork, a bet on anything platform designed for the next generation. Some of the challenges we saw across the industry were that sportsbook operators were missing out on significant demographics. Their players were jumping from app to app with limited loyalty, and most sportsbook platforms were not intuitive to new users. We want to help solve that by bringing on new content. Although women make up 47% of sports fans, they only represented 31% of sports betting customers. Similarly, Generation Z was much less interested in traditional sports and much more interested in things like esports and other alternative live-streamed events. So we built a product for the modern user. With our Social Betwork technology, you can share with friends and play on leaderboards with your community. We are the only US certified GLI, Gets Gaming Labs International, parimutuel sportsbook. And you can also win without wagering with our patented design. Our goal is to add to the industry by improving technology for our partners. Instead of offering fixed odds versus the house like traditional casinos, we offer self-setting odds where you play with your community. We crowdsource our data, and that lets us offer everything from traditional sports to exotic bets like esports, live and reality TV, as well as alternative live-streamed events. All of this is with customized social sharing and groups for playing with friends. We've had some amazing traction already with our client Kauai Casino, where they saw their highest social engagement ever after using our product. They got broad participation from new demographics, and they signed a whole year-long contract with us just this last month. More recently, though, we partnered with major sportsbook and casino platform Red Rock Resorts, a $2 billion publicly traded company. Not only does this represent over $100,000 in revenue for our company, we're going to be bringing this to over 1 million players at their 21 different casino locations. The way we do this is by integrating into their existing iGaming platform. We can integrate into any sportsbook and immediately start offering new content to their players overnight. We also provide a fully white-labeled and customized solution for their sponsors. We built the right team with an amazing experience so that we can be successful. My background is in mathematics and computer science. I earned my Master's of Financial Engineering from UCLA in 2014, and my co-founder Evan earned his MBA from Columbia Business School, subsequently worked at Google, leading teams in product design and user experience for over 8 years. We have great tech, legal and compliance, finance investment, as well as business development and marketing. But really, our advisors know to get deals done in this space. Combined, they have over 100 years of experience building up sales teams and putting together partnerships with iGaming, casino, and sportsbook platforms. The reason we built this is because US sports betting is expanding rapidly. This has gone from being live in just 1 state in 2018 to now 36 states and counting, representing over $20 billion in annual revenue and growing. Our competitive differentiation is that we have our Gaming Lab certification for real money gaming, a bet on anything platform powered by pari-mutuel, crowdsourced data, and all protected by our published patent. And our free-to-play platform actually acts as a real betting flow instead of just a pick-em game, where we can help our clients build up a database of customers even in states that aren't live. Our revenue models are all based on adding value to our customers. We take a percentage of handle of bets that go through the system. We have a software integration and maintenance fee. We offer a free-to-play license where we can build up customers and turn those into affiliate clients. And we have white space for advertising for any sponsorship. We've made some great progress and hit some amazing milestones already on the way. We started the company in 2020, built our demo product, subsequently raised our initial round of capital in 2021 and signed our first clients. We also have all of our trademarks and patents secured with the USPTO. This last year, we've raised almost $1 million to date, signed up multiple partnerships, including major casino platforms, and we got our Gaming Lab certification for real money, meaning we can operate anywhere in the world. Looking forward to closing out a seed round by the end of the year, continuing to raise capital, expand our partnerships, and develop more of our product. Our $2 million seed funding opportunity is to help do just that. Grow the business, expand our partnerships, build out our sales team, continue to develop software upgrades, and get additional state certifications so we can hit all of our revenue growth goals. Sports betting is evolving. Are you ready for the future? We've seen this go from getting a paper ticket in the back of a casino to now being prominently featured where you can access this anywhere, betting on sports on your phone in a pool. But the future is going to be based on user-driven and gamified content built for individuals to play with their friends and their communities. Making investment is really just like making a bet. We've seen 10 amazing companies present their pitches today, and if you check out our demo, you can actually get some free coins and play with our app so you can see how you could bet on anything. I'm Aaron Bash. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to seeing you at our booth and checking our demo. Please join the social betwork today.
So I want to thank those 10 founders who all did a really good job and brought it. You guys have also heard that we've been operating the accelerator now for 5 years. And we're always saying, we're proud to say that 85% of the alumni companies are still operating, meaning that they're live and scaling. So tonight we have a select few alumni companies here to give you a quick business update as to their traction and where they're at. So first up, Jane, do it.
Have the clicker. The clicker. Hello, everyone. Really honored to be here as an alum company. My name is Jane Zhang. I am the CEO and co-founder for Remy House. Remy brings a remote ear, nose, throat, and upper respiratory tract condition care solution for both the patients and the providers, 24/7 from the home or anywhere. Remy addresses a huge pain point. Physicians cannot accept or treat patients without visuals of your ear, nose, or throat. Therefore, when you have an emergency condition, they must send you into the ER. This leads to 120 million cases related to allergy, ENT conditions, upper respiratory tract conditions, impacting children the most. Out of all these emergency visits, 2/3 are avoidable if they can be addressed virtually. That leads to billions of dollars of saving from the healthcare systems. For both patients and the providers, we are building a solution for the physicians to be able to visualize symptoms online. This is my son. I'm sure many of you have experienced going through sleepless nights, waking up to a sick child. Julianus had his fourth ear infection within several months. When he was a preschooler, as a professor in bioengineering, specialized in at-home diagnostics, I thought to myself, there has to be a better solution to me, to Julianus, and countless others out there who are suffering through these conditions. Traditionally, the existing protocol requires an analog otoscope. The physicians have to ask their patients to come in person, going through the hassle of asking days and times off to have their ENT examined in person. REMI brings you the next generation of ENT care, where a patient uses the device to communicate their symptoms with the doctor without leaving their homes. This leads to a truly digital experience, and that is for the convenience of both the patients and the providers, 24/7, anywhere. Our solution hinges upon 3 pillars. The patients use the device at home. The physicians leverage our API software to view these conditions on their computer screen as if the patients are in office. And the AI is gaining intelligence ever so often as the data is coming in. We are building the AI to support clinical decision making. With these solutions, we're gaining revenue through 3 streams: device sales, subscription to API, and AI SaaS services. We've gained tremendous traction so far with reaching milestones of major providers and payers in the space. We're funded by the United Healthcare Accelerator, while our solution is being leveraged by Medtronic Labs, which is wholly owned by Medtronic. We're also working through our pillar accounts, such as Alina Health and Rocket Doctors. We have achieved all of our pre-seed milestones and now raising a seed stage funding. We are composed of a team stemmed from the Anderson network. Jasmine is here. She was the Chief Marketing Officer of Sutter Health. With my credential and affiliation with University of Washington, we have a stellar panel of medical advisors as well. Our team has worked through world-class corporates and also have exited their own startups before. We're raising $1.5 million in seed to support our customer success through these key accounts. We have 30% commitment so far and leading checks in the bank. Our lead pre-seed investors include the Muse Innovation Fellowship, the NAP Venture Competition, Plug and Play, United Healthcare Accelerator, powered by Techstars, and many others. And our raise will have us work through the $2 million ARR next year. Looking forward to you joining us. Thank you so much.
Trying here. We're going the wrong way. This is not what you want.
Great.
Maybe just set it to Elix. I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, guys. Awesome start. If you don't remember the pitch, at least you'll remember that. My name's Max Berg. I'm one of the founders of Elix. a platform that enables the personalization and customization of canned craft beverages. What started as a question during business school of why can't I put my face on a beer has evolved into our company mission of rebuilding the beverage industry for the digital world. And in pursuit of this mission, we've had to solve a lot of challenges and build a lot of things. Chief among those items is a novel operational process that we are currently working to patent that enables small batch customization of canned beverages across our craft beer, wine, water, and hard seltzer products, and soon to be spirits-based products as well. This model enables us to create literally individual 12 packs that we're selling direct to consumer, as well as enable us to support large corporate orders in the volumes of hundreds of thousands of cans. We've built out a national distribution network that enables us to ship all of our products direct to consumer to 45 states plus DC, giving us coverage to 96% of the population. And all of this is powered by our headless e-commerce platform, where we're quickly iterating and testing new product designs and ideas, launching new branded storefronts, and we're tying everything together into a single unified backend that manages compliance. Since launching out of the Anderson Accelerator in 2019, we've generated over $2.6 million in sales, half of which has come in 2022 alone. We've sold over 21,000 orders at an AOV of $120. We're currently operating at a contribution margin of 25%, which is on par with traditional beverage brands you see on the shelves at stores. And we have a clear path to doubling that contribution margin in the next 6 months. We're currently raising $1 million to further invest in our tech infrastructure and web development capabilities, expand our partnership and brand incubation segment of our business, and further automate our back-end production processes, all in pursuit of achieving a $6 million annualized run rate heading into Q2 of next year, when we plan to raise our Series A round of financing. So I know I butchered a lot at the beginning, and I tried to run through 4 years of progress in 2 minutes. So if you have additional questions or just want a beer, I'll be the guy in the back standing next to all the cans.
Right. I want you to picture this person in your head. A top performing engineer, an ambitious product manager who developed AI fraud-fighting solutions for some of the biggest companies in the world. An award-winning leader who developed a chatbot for automotive sales. Now, when you were picturing this person, did you think of me? Hi, I'm Shireen, the co-founder and CEO of Upful. The last time I had a performance review, it was spectacular. So I asked about a promotion, and my manager said, Shireen, you already make more than my wife. And then he commented on how I was too ambitious. Well, did you know that ambition is considered negative only for women and can hurt their career? Companies try to train managers on how to give quality evaluations, but it's time-consuming, expensive, and ineffective. It's no wonder that 86% of employees feel that performance reviews are not accurate. So they disengage or completely quit their jobs, costing US businesses $1 trillion a year. That's why I created Upful. Upful is a software solution that coaches managers to give more meaningful and inclusive feedback. We're like Grammarly, but for manager training. We analyze language and look for speculative, vague, subjective, extreme, and biased language. We use, our coaching is non-accusatory. We use behavioral science and nudge theory, proven to change thoughts and behaviors, not just words. Here you can see the example for aggressive, where we softly offered alternatives. Performance reviews are just the starting point. We'll offer scalable training for self-assessments, performance improvement plans, and calibration meetings. We'll provide analytical insights to HR leaders so they can make better decisions, and we'll alert HR when there's high-risk communication so they can intervene more quickly. Oops. All right. Because it's a Chrome extension, we work with almost any browser-based tool. We just finished participating in the Techstars Accelerator about a week ago, and during our participation, we soft launched our Chrome extension and onboarded 165 beta users from companies like Activision, Microsoft, and Walmart, all from the last few weeks alone. We'll pursue a land and expand sales model with our initial beta users. Some leaders from our future partner companies have already signed up to beta test and they're giving us feedback. Plus, we have letters of support representing $300,000 in enterprise licenses in our sales pipeline. So you already heard a little about me. My co-founder Eli has a background in psychology and computer science. We bring a different perspective to solving HR challenges. And I have a deep personal understanding of the problem because, if you remember, apparently I'm ambitious. So all of that gives us an unfair advantage in solving this problem. We're upful. Join us in making your workplace a better place to work. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Camille Lasker and this is Jenna Grossbart. We are the co-founders of frozen dessert company Holy Scoops.
So Camille and I struggled with, for many years with different health issues ranging from autoimmune issues to cancer to hormonal imbalances, et cetera, anxiety, depression. Which led us down our healing journeys and then ultimately led us to the creation of Holy Scoops. We often call our product a modern indulgence as it's not only plant-based, but it's also keto-friendly. It's also no sugar added and infused with healing herbs and mushrooms called adaptogens.
The last point is, so the model of our product, we don't just consider physical well-being. With the use of adaptogens that are, healing herbs that support mental function, we consider both the mind and the body, which holy is short for holistic, so we consider the whole being. Now on to launch. We launched at Erewhon Market in Los Angeles in August of 2021. It was a very successful launch. We quickly became the #1 selling pint, both dairy and non-dairy. And in that same month, we were approached with an opportunity to launch at Sprouts Market nationwide come early 2022. This was not our initial growth phase plan, but we could not pass up the opportunity, so we quickly scaled our operations. We are with one of the largest co-packers in the US for ice cream now. We are aligned with a national distributor, and we were able to launch 100 of the doors in March and another 285 of the doors come August. We are now in over 420 doors and quickly growing. Up until this point, we have pretty much bootstrapped the company. That means we've been extremely scrappy with our marketing efforts, but we've been very fortunate and we're very grateful for the love that we've received from friends, from fans of the product, and from influential individuals in the health and wellness space, like Gwyneth Paltrow, Max Lugavere, and Patrick Schwarzenegger. It's been great to have that kind of support. But moving forward, we have opened up our first financing round. We are raising $1.25 million on a safe note, and that will support the less scrappy marketing efforts, but also our continued growth. So we're in review for accounts like Whole Foods, the Fresh Market, which is on the East Coast, and in conversation with Costco and other retailers like that. So if you would like to learn more, come and chat with us, I guess right after this. And most importantly, we will be serving ice cream, so come have a taste. Thank you all.
So hopefully you guys all now have a brochure. We figured out we forgot to put them out front. So it has all the contact information of everyone that has presented tonight. And if not, we'll have some at the door as well. But tonight you saw 14 amazing founders and companies, and it was really only due to having a village, having an exceptional team that is dedicated beyond exception. This is that team. This is the Accelerator advisory staff. I get to stand up here and take credit. This team did it for real, and they have to introduce themselves, who they are and what they do, because get to know us, come meet us, but also for tonight, this is who made it happen.
I'm Fallon Coleman. I'm the Senior Event Coordinator for the Venture Accelerator at UCLA Anderson.
I'm Claire Marsden. I'm the Senior Marketing Coordinator for the Venture Accelerator.
Hi, I'm Beatina Teopolda, and I'm the Program Manager for the Venture Accelerator. I also wanted to just shout out that we have Will Frias in the audience, and he's a former member of the Venture Accelerator and Price Center, so we're really happy to have him here today, too.
So our next venture is to go into our next cohort, which will start in January and go through May. We do like to provide non-dilutive proof of concept grants so that the founders can do test marketing, do development on their projects. To allow us to do that, it does take help from you here tonight and in the audience on live stream. We are raising $100,000 to accomplish our goal by Friday. This QR code will help get you directly to the link, or it's also in the brochure. So we definitely appreciate your consideration in addition to the time and expertise that you've already donated. And with that last ask tonight, now it's time to go eat, drink, mingle, and engage with the founders in their demos in the back of the room. Thank you so much for being here, for your time and your dedication.